what's up guys? Let's talk about A Quiet Place. It's a little ironic that I say that because in general with this film there isn't a lot of talking and you want to be very, very quiet. But anyway, this is a horror film directed by John Krasinski, and it stars him along with his wife, Emily Blunt. Krasinski wrote the screenplay along with Brian Woods and Scott Beck, which is based off a story that the two wrote. It's essentially about this family that needs to remain silent and hide from these creatures at all times that are very, very susceptible to any little sounds. And the film opens letting us know that it is at least day 89 since all of this has happened. Now, I love John Krasinski since he did such a fantastic job in The Office as Jim Halpert, as I'm sure many of you feel the same way if you've seen that show. I was really excited to see him acting on the big screen as well as directing, and he does a fantastic job here. A lot of people are sort of comparing this to the situation with Jordan Peele in Get Out because of the similar dynamic of them both being comedians. The only difference here being that this is not the directorial debut for John Krasinski, and he didn't write the film solo like Jordan Peele did with Get Out. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, this film is the perfect theater experience, and I highly recommend seeing it as soon as possible. First off, it's got very quick pacing. For a movie that's only an hour and 30 minutes, it feels like you just went in and out so fast. The element of the quietness to this film is what really makes it an interesting and different theater experience. In general, people are supposed to be quiet while watching a movie, but here it is like this communal exercise where we're all just kind of sitting there in the theater and realizing, wow, we need to be really quiet here. You're going to notice there's times where you don't want to make a sound. You want to be as quiet as you can with your popcorn or whatever. This makes it super tense at times too, but luckily the whole movie isn't like that way, so there are a few moments here where you'll hear a little bit louder sounds and brief sequences where it's not like we're completely just going through an experiment of some kind. Now, this film's got great character development as well as terrific acting, and I really enjoyed how they implemented American Sign Language, particularly with the daughter played by Millicent Simmonds, who is actually deaf in real life and does such a great job honing in on this role. I also enjoyed the performance of Noah Jupe, who I recall seeing in the film Wonder as he played Jack Will. Now, I've heard a lot of people bring up several flaws that they have with the movie. I really believe that the more you think about it, things really connect. You can actually put together all things that you think are wrong with the movie and realize, wait a minute, yeah, actually it can work this way. For example, the characters here, particularly the mother, really want to live a normal life despite having to be in the situation of fear constantly. That's where I'd sort of argue against the idea of having children in this type of world. Now, this film has a lot of jump scares, but in this case it's very key for this type of movie. There were one or two that were false scares, but they were still well done and I appreciated how they approached it. Overall, this film is a great emotional thrill ride, and I really enjoyed a lot of the surprises, particularly in the third act. There's a lot here I wasn't expecting, and I really like what we got out of it. And as I said, I highly recommend seeing it as soon as you can. A Quiet Place silences audiences with unique storytelling perspective, balancing little dialogue or sound with loud, abrupt sequences of terror and survival, creating a consistently intense, smart thriller. And that's why this film is a diligent pick. So guys, what did you think of A Quiet Place? I really appreciated how John Krasinski did his research and looked at a lot of recent films like Don't Breathe and Get Out, and really had a good idea of what he wanted to accomplish with this movie. My name is Dylan, and if you enjoyed the review, subscribe to my channel while this video ends and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.